My name is Jeermal Sylvester. I'm originally born and raised in Chicago. I got transplanted to South Bend my sophomore year in high school. And before that, we're here because we're talking about youth violence and physical fitness and how that affects or how that can kind of keep you out of the way of youth violence or violence in general. I moved to South Bend and I began to play basketball. I grew about 6 inches in one summer, and so basketball became the norm for me. And I'm so thankful for it because growing up in Chicago, they call it Chirac right now, but it's always been Chirac for anybody that's from Chicago or that has been there. It's always been bad, but with the help of social media, it has the opportunity to be exposed on a much higher level. So I moved to South Bend and I went to high school at Raleigh High School, and I started playing basketball. And the thing that I love about basketball was it was the one thing that I found out that I was good at. And some of you may have something else. It may not be basketball, it may be band, it may be dance, it may be school. But find out what it is that you're good at and then perfect your craft. And so I used to be on the block, and on our block on the southeast side, there was gangs, there was drug selling, and I hung out in those places for a season. And it wasn't until I transformed my thinking and I went to the basketball court. So the time that I spent on the block, gang banging and selling drugs, I put that time on the basketball court to perfect my craft. And what happened from that was the time that I invested on that basketball court, I ended up being a first team All-State. I was Indiana All-Star, which out of the state of Indiana, the entire state of Indiana, they only picked 12 players out of the whole state to be a part of this team. And so I was on that team. And what I did was I utilized basketball and used it as a platform to get me away from the violence. I stayed in a bad neighborhood on the southeast side, so there was a lot of things that were going on. I had a lot of friends who either committed crimes or who were victims of violence. And so for me to be on the basketball court, I kind of removed myself from that situation and gave myself an opportunity, like Aaron spoke of, basketball or whatever sport or whatever it is that you're good at, utilize those things to get you away. Some of you guys don't like your current situations, and that's okay, but you can do something about it. Mom and dad can't always do something about it, but you can. And the thing that I really want to piggyback on with him was about the grades. I put my all in the basketball. I gave everything. I laid it all on the line for basketball. But what I allowed to happen was I allowed people and I allowed myself to set a low standard for me academically. And so where I was an A+ basketball player, I was a CD student. And it wasn't that I couldn't do the work, I was lazy. And it was a choice. But what I found out was when I got to college, I probably should have been the same basketball player. I should have been the same student. So for those of you who in here wants to play basketball or football, what type of grades are you getting? Good grades? What's good grades? A's and B's? What about you others? Same thing? I'm going to come to your schools. I'm going to find out where y'all go to school at. I'm going to come check. Because I know that that's watching ESPN and watching the different media outlets, man, they focus so much on the sport instead of the academic portion of it. Because what can happen with sports is you can get injured. I had a career-ending knee injury. And so I couldn't play basketball no more. And I put all my eggs in the basketball basket because I thought that that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And I broke my kneecap and I couldn't play anymore. But up until that point, I had never thought about what type of career I wanted to have, what I wanted to be when I got older. And so I was 25 years old with a broke kneecap and I had no clue what I wanted to do in life. 25. Because I figured that I would play basketball for the rest of my life, and that's not true. And so you guys have to get serious about education and put your best foot forward in the classroom because it's important. Like I said, I had even my coaches in college, they told me all you had to have was a 2.0. And what's a 2.0? A C. A C-. So y'all said y'all want to be good, But the thing is, you have to want to be great. And you got to want to be great, not just on the court, or on the football field, or on the baseball diamond. You got to want to be great in everything you do. So that means you got to want to be great in the classroom. Because we know, you look at Father Time caught up with Kobe. Now he's about to hang him up and he can't play anymore. So now what is it that he's going to do after basketball? What is life after basketball for him? And you guys got to begin to think about that stuff now, because it happens so quick. I didn't foresee me breaking my kneecap. I had just signed a contract to play overseas for $100,000. And it was 2 weeks for me before it was time for me to leave and go overseas, and I broke my kneecap. And it changed my whole life because I wasn't ready. I didn't prepare myself. And so I ask you guys today to begin to think about what it is that you want to do outside of being a basketball player, a baseball player, or a football player. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you see, that you like, that you would do it with all your heart for free? And that's what you chase after. That's what you want to study when you go off to college. Because my hopes, and I think everybody in this room's hope, is that you guys will go on and further your education and go on to college to become great young men and women for this community, to come back and do like me and Aaron and William and the other people that are here and give back. Because South Bend is not a bad place. We do have some bad people here, but South Bend is not a bad place. And the violence will stop when we make it stop. And so that comes with accountability. And it's hard for you to try to tell somebody to stop doing something when you're doing it yourself. At the end of the day, it's hard to do that. And so I challenge you guys. I want all of the youngsters to stand up, and I want you guys to say this thing with me. I want you to repeat it, and I want you to say it loud. So I need all of the youngsters to stand up. It ain't gonna kill you. I need y'all to say that I am. I can't hear y'all. I am. That's still too. I'm saying, if you want to be great, it's going to require something of you. That little weak, I am, that's not going to get you nowhere. Because life is going to take you, and life is going to be real mean to you. And if you got a small voice, life is going to run you over. And so I need you guys to talk with your big boy voice and your big girl voice. So I am great. I will be great in everything that I do. And everywhere that I go. I am great. I will be great. Everywhere I go. And everything that I do. Y'all need to understand that good is the enemy of great. Don't just want to be good. There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good basketball players. But the great ones separate themselves. So it's going to require you to do a little bit extra. So good is the enemy of great. If you don't remember nothing else tonight, remember that. Good is the enemy of great. If you want to be great, you're going to have to do some extra stuff. That means you're going to have to spend a little bit more time in the gym or on the football field or in the classroom studying. I wish that somebody would have told me the stuff that I know today back then, because I wouldn't have had the struggles that I've had in life, because I chose to take the back door, take the easy route, and not be the best student that I could be. And so for you football and basketball players, and baseball players, and cheerleaders, and doctors, and lawyers, I want you guys to every day you wake up, every day, push yourself. Push yourself. I know sometimes it get older, like you said, mom nagging and all of that, but you got to want this and you got to do this for yourself. Thank you.
Question and answer session. You got a question?
No questions?
You got a question? Okay, what's your question?
Wait. What is your question?
I applaud you for stepping up and saying that.
So you were part of the senior school.
Okay,
That's
that's
good.
perfect, yeah.
For you athletes, y'all don't got no questions? He just said he went to college, I've been to college. Y'all don't got no questions? I didn't have this opportunity. Y'all got a great opportunity for y'all that want to be great or want to do something bigger than what you're doing. You got an opportunity to ask two people that have been through it, so we know. Take advantage of it. And don't, it ain't no such thing as a dumb question or a stupid question. Don't worry about nobody laughing, because it's about you. What's up, sis?
When you were, I know, my girl. You said you was an athlete and you emphasized on your athletics instead of your academics. When you were at the college level, how much did you get, how much was your coach involved to push you academically instead of athletically?
He wasn't. He wasn't. And that's why I say I allow other people to set a low bar for me. My coach told me to get a 2.0. And with my real smart, slick self, I thought that I was getting over, so I got a 2.0. Until here in the last 3 or 4 years, I've been going up for different positions for jobs, and they asked to see my college transcript. And I'm like, ugh, I really want to see that? I'm like, that's not really who I am. But I didn't know. And didn't nobody prepare me. Didn't nobody let me know that that stuff was going to be with me the rest of my life. And so now they kept me from being a superintendent of a correctional facility, because when they looked at that, well, hold on, it looked like you was a C or a D student. And so you don't want your grades to portray who you are. And so if you can get an A, get an A. And I wish somebody would have told me that, because I know that I could have did it, but because I thought that I was slick and I thought that I was taking the easy route, it ended up hurting me in the long run.